driving range at the property addressed as 4713 South, 200 West, subject to the conditions attached to this proposal.
Is there a second?
I second.
Okay, so we have a motion by Commissioner Haristo that the Planning Commission approve a conditional use permit to allow a golf driving range at the property address 4713 South, 200 West, subject to the following conditions, and then we have a second from Commissioner Kling. Is there any discussion on the motion?
Nope.
Okay, let's take a vote.
Great. Commissioner Haristo,
Yes?
Commissioner Kling,
Yes.
Commissioner Hildreth,
Yes.
Commissioner Hacker,
Yes.
Commissioner Pearson,
Yes.
and Chair Richards.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Good luck. All right, moving on to our last agenda items, 6 and 7. This is a general plan and zone amendment. Is the applicant here? Awesome, thank you. We'll have a presentation from Zach.
Great, thank you, Chair. Yeah, as the Chair mentioned, this is a request from Ms. Sonia Cordero, requesting a general plan and zone map amendment for the property at 20 East Winchester Street. You can see it's located just a little bit west of State Street and next to Clay Park Drive. I know the office building is like the Perry Homes building. It's just west of that. It's a little residential lot that I believe Sonia uses as her current residence and operates a business out of. She has requested that a general plan and zone map amendment to the CD zone, the commercial development zone, to redevelop the property. So yeah, the zoning was GO currently, which is general office, allows for largely office users, architects, insurance companies, things of that nature. And then, yeah, we can go to the next one. So the future land use map, which is what requires the general plan amendment, dictates the different uses, and it corresponds with, you can see on the right-hand side there, the future land use category. So each of those categories correspond with different zoning districts. This one is located in the office currently, and she's proposing to go to the general commercial, which is that dark red just to the north and east. You can go to the next one, please. So the office designation, you can see it allows for compatible to adjacent residential neighborhoods. Development patterns should enhance the livability surrounding the neighborhoods. And the corresponding zones are the GO zone and the RNB, residential neighborhood business. The proposed general commercial allows for the CD or commercial development zone, which is what she's requesting. This typically allows for larger big box retailers, but it also allows for office uses and assembly spaces as well. So you can think of things like an event center. The narrative was provided in the commissioner's packet that is something that Ms. Cordero was looking into. I will caveat that we don't look at actual projects when we're looking at rezones. These are, the commission should be looking at whether the proposed zoning would fit in with the neighboring properties and with the city writ large. Excuse me. So I'll go over a few of the zoning standards and compare them with the proposed. So in the GO, the height is 30 feet within 100 feet of a zoning district. The CD would be 5 feet higher at 35 feet. They then are allowed to increase the height of the building 1 foot for every 4 feet away from a residential zoning district. And then front yard setback is 20 feet on both. And then rear yard setback is 20 feet if abutting residential, which this doesn't. This abuts I-215. Side yard setbacks in the GO is 10 feet, and corner yard setback is 20 feet. There are no side or corner yard setbacks in the CD zone. And then parking is mostly based on use, but generally about 4 per 1,000 or 1 for 250 spaces for Jake that wanted to make sure, if you remember that. So 52 notices of the public hearing for the requested amendments were sent to property owners within 300 feet. We have not heard from anybody. Didn't receive any emails, phone calls, or anything. So findings here, general plan provides for flexibility in its implementation and for the execution of the goals and policies based on the individual circumstances. Staff believes amending the future land use map of the general plan will allow for additional redevelopment opportunities at the property. The proposed zone map amendment from GO to CD has been considered based on the characteristics of the site and the surrounding area. We do believe the potential impacts of the change will be managed within the allowed uses in the CD zone. And the proposed zone map amendment from GO to CD conforms with with important goals and objectives of the 2017 general plan. So with that, we are recommending that the Planning Commission forward a recommendation of approval for both the general plan amendment and the zone map amendment. Just for the hordes of public that we have out here, we present these together, but they do require two motions because they are technically two separate applications. So also for the Planning Commission, those will need to be separate in two separate votes. And I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have.
Thank you, Zach. Questions for staff?
Zach, how large is that parcel, that piece? I didn't see it.
It is 0.35 acres.
Okay.
Other questions?
I have a question, Zach. So you went through some of the other restrictions for this zone, and most of them were restrictions in reference to abutting residential areas.
Turn on your mic.
In which case I'd ask, are there any other restrictions since this property abuts commercial space? Height restrictions or?
No, not height restrictions adjacent to any commercial properties. It's purely based on its distance from residential. That's how a lot of our older commercial zones, so like the manufacturing zone, the CD zone, a lot of these older zones don't actually have a height limit. It's all based on your distance from residential.
Thank you.
That's how IMC was built.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, if there aren't any other questions, let's have the applicant please come to the podium. And
If we need.
okay, please state your name and your address.
Carter Maudsley, 1105 East, 900 South, Suite 200, Salt Lake City, 84105. I'm the attorney for Ms. Cordero.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, I believe this is a simple plat amendment and zoning change. The adjacent property, as you see on the screen, I was going to ask Zach to actually pull that up. Everything surrounding it is commercial development. I don't see that there be any impact. In fact, I think that the future tax base of Ms. Cordero's future use is going to benefit the city. So if you all have any questions, I'm more than happy to address them.
Awesome, thank you. Any questions?
Sure, I have one.
Okay.
So I read your message that you sent it was in our packet that you wrote and talked that the area is kind of low on smaller size event centers.
Yeah.
Of which this property would suit. My question
Eventually,
is-
we're going to be here again in a conditional
Sure.
use permit in
Sure.
a few months, but yeah.
And Zach said it earlier, we're not here to talk about what you put on that property. However, I'd ask, and you've probably done it already, looked at the property to determine if there is in fact parking space for the size of an event center that you're looking at.
Yeah, Ms. Cordero's definitely plan to get city approval on whatever parking is required in the commercial development zone. We absolutely understand that restriction.
Sure.
To your point, I think that this proposed use that we'll talk about maybe next time or the time after that, is something that will absolutely benefit the community.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else?
Was there a discussion about occupancy regarding this, you remember the owner-related business, someone that can live in that structure? This is different, it's part of the deal, okay. All right.
Sorry, I missed that. I don't
I
think your
was
mic
sorry,
on.
no, it's we had a discussion in our pre-meeting about an allowance in our code regarding being able to occupy as a residence that same building, right?
Right, yeah, so it's that land use code that we've talked
Yeah,
about
no, and
over.
we talked a
Yeah, a
lot
lot,
about that.
yeah. And, yeah, we had a brief discussion, just kind of, among the commissioners who wanted to make sure that that was actually a thing that could happen.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, and I think it would apply under the commercial development zoning and, yeah, like I said, we can address issues when we get in front of you again.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Chair.
Anything,
Are you good?
yeah, is there anything else you want to add?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome, thanks.
So I'll open up the public comment session, or segment. Okay, any emails? Okay, seeing no public comments, I'll close the public comment period. Any more discussion amongst the commissioners? Okay, then I'll ask for a motion. And let me just remind you, this is a motion on 2 items here. So we'll go with the first one first.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion that the Planning Commission forward a recommendation of approval to the City Council for the requested amendment to the future land use map, redesignating the property located at 20 East Winchester Street from office to general commercial.
Okay, I have a motion from Commissioner Hacker. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Commissioner Kling. Yeah, so discussion on the motion. Thank you. Any discussion?
No.
Okay, then the motion is passed. Oh, sorry. We have to vote first.
Okay,
Thank you.
that's all right.
No, thank you.
Commissioner Hacker,
Yes.
Commissioner Kling,
Yes.
let's see, Commissioner Pearson,
Yes.
Commissioner Haristo,
Yes,
Commissioner Hildreth,
Yes.
and Chair Richards.
Yes. Okay, I'll ask for a motion on the second part.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make another motion. I think it's great property. I think this will be a good addition to the city, so I make a motion that the Planning Commission forward a recommendation of approval to the City Council for the requested amendment to the zoning map designating the property located at 20 East Winchester Street from GO General Office to CD Commercial Development as described in the staff report.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, so I have a motion from Commissioner Hacker that the Planning Commission forward a recommendation of approval to the City Council for the requested amendment to the zoning map designation of the property located at 20 East Winchester Street from GO General Office to CD Commercial Development as described in the staff reports. And we had a second from, who was it?
Kling.
Peter.
Thank you, Commissioner Kling. Any discussion on the motion?
No.
Okay, thank you. Let's take a vote.
Okay, Commissioner Hacker,
Yes.
Commissioner Kling,
Yes.
Commissioner Pearson,
Yes.
Commissioner Haristo,
Yes,
Commissioner Hildreth,
Yes.
and Chair Richards.
Yes. Congratulations, both motions passed. Good luck on the next part.
Very easy.
All right, I think that's it. Do we have any announcements or questions?
We will have a meeting on March 6th, so let us know if you're not able to attend as soon as possible. It's not too bad, right? We only have a couple items.
There's a couple items on there.
Yeah, a couple items on there. Yeah, and so it should be a good meeting. Just so you all know, the RDA announced or they publicly unveiled the plans for Block 1 over here behind us. So if you're interested, I could probably show you pictures or go watch the RDA meeting. It's pretty exciting.
It looks really good. I saw it earlier.
Yes, yeah, we're pretty happy about it. So that'll be working its way through the system, and Rockworth is really aggressive. They want to have shovels in the ground by November. So we'll see where
This is
things
block
go.
1 you're talking about?
Yep, right behind us.
Oh,
So,
my goodness.
yeah,
At long last, how long have we been planning it?
along, 40 years.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's fine. And then, also Murray Tower Plaza has an application in. That's the old City Hall building. So that will be heard at the MCCD meeting, in a week. So then it will come to you guys here soon. So things are moving. So
Awesome.
it's great. It's great to see that. So that's all I really have at the moment.
Okay. A motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn at 7:07.
Okay,
Second.
Thank you. We're adjourned. Thank you.